beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Mystic Destinies Serendipity of Aeons. Did I do that right? I pray that's right. If it's wrong, sorry. Sorry, you would think I would know by now, because we're like so many episodes in. But anyway, last episode was really adorable, because Tatsuya turned the rain around us into snow. At least in our little area, so it wouldn't look too weird. But that's so cute. The sweetness of what he did isn't lost on me. We're standing so close though, but I guess it can't be helped. Deciding to simply enjoy the snow while I can, I brush away any other thoughts. We make it to the station without any incident, though we talked much more than usual along the way. The rain stopped before we even reached a shop to buy umbrellas, so in the end we didn't get them. Although I didn't say anything about it, I felt a little disappointed when the rain stopped because it meant the end of my private snow flurry. I glanced at Tatsuya. I doubt it will ever come up again, but I did really appreciate it. It's probably one of the sweetest things someone's done for me. The air is filled with the sounds of the everyday hustle and bustle of people coming in and out of the building in an almost constant stream. He stops in front of the station and turns to me, shifting his weight from one leg to the other. Tatsuya looks down at me, and somehow it feels like his dark blue eyes are trying to see into my very soul. Well, I'll see you later. He moves to leave, only to immediately stop and turn back around. He looks thoughtful as he quickly adds something. I'll call you later to explain today's lessons if you want. Oh, okay, sure. That would be helpful. Thank you. Tatsuya gives me a short nod and strides off deeper into the station to catch his train. Left alone, I stare his retreating back, feeling a strange heaviness in my chest. I shake my head, hoping to chase the strange feeling away from me. Not wanting to be late to meet my dad, I tear my eyes away from Tetsuya and finally move to catch my own train. Oh no, I hope I didn't miss it. With that thought in my mind, I rush off with the crowd and I hope I don't have to wait for the next train. Having somehow managed to get into a train on time, I've entered the main building for Shinamura Industries. When I enter the lobby, I'm immediately greeted by the kind and gentle smile of the receptionist, Miss Marino. Hello, Miss Shinamura. It's good to see you again. Hello, Miss Marino. It's really nice to see you too. It's been far too long. Dad asked to come and meet me. Is he still busy? Miss Marino nods slightly, her light brown hair swaying at the movement. Yes, I'm sorry, Miss Shinamura. One of your father's meetings ran over, so now he has one more meeting to attend before he's free for the night. If you could wait for him, I'm sure he won't take too long. A stab of disappointment pops my previous enthusiasm. Oh, well, I guess it can't be helped. Dad is a busy man after all. I try to hide my negative feelings behind a smile. Okay, thank you for telling me, Miss Marino. I'll just wait here in the lobby then. Why did my dad call me out to come see him, and then it's like, you gotta wait. Of course, Miss Shinamura, I'll bring out some refreshments for you while you wait. This is the first time we're gonna see our dad picture, unless there isn't one. I give the receptionist one last smile and go to sit down on one of the guest armchairs by the wall. One of these, I assume. I sink myself into the black leather and sigh. It feels oddly relaxing to be able to sit here in the lobby after not having been here for so long. Miss Marino works as efficiently as ever. She quickly brings out a cup of some vanilla iced coffee and a couple of biscuits to go with it. And then she goes back to her desk just as quickly. My eyes wander around the silent lobby. There's barely any people here, although that's not too surprising considering the time. I sigh, pick up the coffee cup, and lean back in the armchair, ready to wait. As I slowly sip my drink, my mind starts to drift to what Tatsuya had told me while we were walking in the snow. We walk along the road quietly. Even though this isn't the first time we're alone in silence like this, somehow something feels different. Maybe it's just the mere fact that we're walking so close to each other, but it seems to affect the mood instantly and make it awkward. I thought it was cute. I'm hyper aware of Tetsuya's every movement and just how close he is to me as we walk side by side. I wonder if he's at all aware of us being so close. Obviously, if she saw his cheeks, she would know. Each time our hands come close to touching, I feel my heart jumps. It hasn't been that long since I've even been close to a guy, right? I rack my brain trying to think of something to say, but for once Tatsuya beats me to it. Melody, do you know the history behind Hagiwara? Oh, no I don't. I look at him, but he doesn't so much as glance at me, even once as we walk down the road. It feels strange that he started talking all on his own like that. He usually doesn't say anything unless prompted. It's weird enough that I don't mind admitting not having looked into the history of our school. Tetsuya wastes no time in launching into a full-on lecture about Hagiwara. Hagiwara University is one of the top 100 universities in the world. I'm sure you knew that coming in. But it also has a history that that's hundreds of years long. Hagiwara was originally founded as a neutral zone between supernaturals and humans, but when the supernatural world opted to hide away from humans, Hagiwara chose to continue as it always had. That's when the basement became strictly for supernatural use, and protections were put in place to keep people from wandering in. Tetsu takes a breath and looks back at me. It was actually named for one of the most famous sorcerers in history. She was once a patron of the school. He gives me a slight smile. I guess in a way you've got a deeper connection with Hagiwara than anyone. What? Even thinking back on it, I still can't figure out what Tatsuya might have meant by that last part. Was our mother a big founder of it? What? Why would I have a deeper connection to this school than anyone else? I don't know, bro. Whatever the meaning behind his words, it's something I haven't been able to stop thinking about. Maybe I'm just over-analyzing it? No, we're not. Did he mean because of my powers? Hello? I finally registered that someone has been calling out to me when an unfamiliar voice snaps me out of my thoughts. Who's that? Is that our dad? Dude, that's cool looking. That's our dad. I almost jump back when I suddenly see a strange man bending down in front of me, staring into my face. Automatically, I lean back, away from the man. Okay, it's not our dad. He smiles and stands up. You space out pretty hard, don't you? Who the heck is this? Do I know him? I examine the stranger before me. He's young and beautiful. That much is obvious from first glance. He's dressed extraordinarily casually for a business meeting with the CEO, so I doubt this guy is the man my dad is supposed to meet. And he's way too close to me right now. Ever heard of personal space? Seemingly undeterred by my complete silence, he continues talking. You've been spacing out for a while now. You didn't notice me right in front of you at all. The man chuckles. I'm guessing it's a special skill of yours. What? No? He stands up straight and looks me right in the eye. I'm Katsunosuke Kasaima. Just Katsu is fine for you. And you're the loveliest thing I've seen in a while. I guess introduce ourselves, since he introduced us to him. I'm Michiko Melody. Is there something you need? I would say not to tell the stranger our name, but the stranger told us his name first, so I guess he doesn't want us to be strangers. Not really, no. Just wondering what a pretty little thing like you is doing here, staring at nothing. I blink, suddenly feeling my cheeks get a little hot. Being complimented by someone so attractive out of the blue gets me a little flustered. But there's something about him, about the way he says it, that irritates me. Okay, surely you must have some business of your own to attend to. I look over his casual clothes again, but Katsunosuke just smiles brilliantly. For the moment, my only business is learning more about you. Hello? Are you a flirt? Is he seriously trying to pick me up? I see, so you chose to make irritating people your business often then. No, not usually. It's quite rare in fact. He just seemed interesting though. Well, aren't I just the luckiest girl then? I shifted my seat. My eyes quickly scanned the room, looking for anything that might help me get out of the situation. At that moment, the elevator door opens with a ding and my dad walks out. Even from my seat, I can see his eyes land on Katsunosuke and then on me. Oh, my dad is so good looking! Yo, Dad, look at the stylishness! Oh my god. That's my dad. He smiles as he walks up to us. I stand up from my seat as our eyes meet. Mr. Kasaima, hello! Dad, you know him? My father inclines his head ever so slightly. I see you already met my daughter. Michiko. Dad laughs slightly, although his eyes remain sober. I try not to frown as I stare at them. So this guy is here on business. Oh, so she's your daughter. She's so cute. Tell me, is she single? What the? I can feel the blood drain from my face. He just says that sort of thing right in front of my father? That only laughs it off. Alright, since we're running late, why don't we get this meeting underway? He puts a hand on Katsunosuke's shoulder and tries to lead him towards the elevator. Katsunosuke... That's such a long name. shrugs him off easily, a smile playing on his lips once again. Why not let the lady come with us? This might run long, and I assume you two are close enough, or you wouldn't call her here in the first place. Yeah. Dad looks back and forth between Katsu and me. His eyes stop on me, and for a moment he looks pensive. It might not be a bad idea. What? Really? Somehow I managed to contain my excitement within me. Michiko, are you okay with this? Yay! Yes! Yes, heck yeah! Of course! I would be honored to join you. I'm happy that you would trust me with this. Containing my composure just by a thread, I practically scream in my head with happiness. An actual CEO meeting? I'll get to see how big deals work firsthand. Maybe Katsu isn't all bad. Dad moves to take the lead, with Katsu and I following right after him. I head into the elevator and all the way up to into his office for my first business meeting, which I'm pretty sure isn't going to be serious. When we get into Dad's office, he gestures for us to sit. Automatically, I take a seat in one of the chairs in front of his desk, one that I've always felt was mine. Katsu practically falls into the seat with a gentle thud, not even bothering to sit up straight. Dad turns to me. Before we start, Michiko, isn't just my dad talking now. This is Rokaru Shinamura, the CEO of Shinamura Industries. I straighten my back and look at him steadily. Mr. Kasaima is here because Shinamura Industries is hoping to buy all of the properties that he and his family owns. Oh, okay. Okay. A short explanation, Katsu nods with a smile. I'm hoping that this deal will go through as much as Shinamura Industry is. Probably even more than you. He explains this all with a happy smile, but something about the way he says it leaves me unsettled. I try to fight off the frown threatening to form. I see. I give a small nod and my father begins the meeting. This man, Katsu Kasaima, acts so strange for a supposed businessman. And again, from head to toe, everything about him seems unusual. I watch him out of the corner of my eye while Dad talks. Yes, who is this guy? I almost want to ask him that. How important could he possibly be? Almost as if he's sensing my thoughts, Katsu looks at me briefly and grins. He quickly looks back at my father again. Once again, I try not to show any of my uneasiness. How did he even come to be in charge of so many businesses at such a young age? As we discussed before, I want this deal to be kept quiet until it's done. It'll make my life easier that way. Of course, I read over the outline of conditions you wanted met before the meeting. I assure you that I will make sure the process goes smoothly for everyone. Katsu chuckles. As expected from Rokaru Shinamura, of course. Katsu pulls out a folder from somewhere and tosses it on the desk. He slides toward my father, who only looks down at it. Where was he even keeping that? Under his shirt. That's everything on some of the smaller business within the family. Some cafes, some small shops, and so on. Plus all the info on the spa chain. Trying no emotions, Dad quietly flips through the various pages within the folder. A few silent moments tick by, then he finally looks up at Katsu and nods. Everything seems to be here, just as you promised. I was quite surprised to see how thorough all the information was, even on the seafoam spas. Hearing a familiar name, I can't help but react. Foam spa? Why does that sound so familiar? The name certainly rings a bell, although for a while, I can't remember where I might have heard it before. Oh, it's the huge spa chain that's really popular. I glanced at Katsu. With how he's dressed, that bright colored hair, and just his general attitude, it's hard to believe that he could own any place that's successful. There must be something I'm not seeing. As the two keep talking, I continue to watch their exchange without comment. Carefully, I try to study Katsu, trying to determine if there might be something more to him than what he appears at first glance. He so freely gives away all this information, while Dad is hardly giving away any. I watch Katsu as he violates everything I know about business, spilling all his company secrets. What is this guy's deal? In the end, talks between Dad and Katsu end up going well past sunset. Oy, eesh. Throughout the meeting, Katsu continues to offer up information freely, even as my dad remains reserved about how much he revealed. Although that fact doesn't seem to bother Katsu in the slightest. But just watching my dad work makes me feel more invigorated than I've felt in months. Spending a few hours in an actual meeting was so useful. I think I learned more here in one sitting than I did by just reading books for class. Dad glances at his watch and smiles. I think that might be it for tonight, Mr. Kasaima. There's not much else we can discuss until my people look through everything you've given me. Katsu nods at his words. A lazy smile plays on his lips. Fair enough. The two men get up to their feet almost at the same time. As they shake hands, I get up as well, ready to say goodbye to Katsu. Watching Dad today, I realize just how proud I am of him. I hope that one day I can make him proud too, that I can learn how to be as confident and professional like him. A strange weight settles down on my heart, although it's a burden that is far too familiar to me. I just hope that I'm capable enough to be able to take Dad's place as CEO one day. Katsu suddenly turns to me and holds out a card. Taking a closer look at the card, I quickly realize that it's his business card. I take it without comment, but as I move to put it away, Katsu grins down at me. Flip it over. Okay. I do as I'm told and flip the card over. On the other side, I see something scribbled down in blue ink. It's my personal cell number and email if you want to get in touch with me for a date sometime. Wow, right in front of my dad? As I stand there completely dumbfounded, Katsu laughs. He waves at my equally dumbfounded father and casually strolls out of the office. That guy, does he have no shame? I stare at the business card in my hand. To say such a thing, and right in front of my father. Dad clears his throat, snapping me out of my trance. Are we go to dinner then? Oh, of course, yes. I ignore a burning face, and thankfully so does Dad. My father offers me his arm, and we finally make our way out of the Shinamura building. Ooh, fancy. So pretty here. That takes me to one of his favorite restaurants. Gave? I've been here once before, but the view and the atmosphere of the restaurant are still stunning. We're shown right to our table practically the moment we come through the door. It's time like this that I actually feel like the daughter of a CEO. As we sit down next to the large glass windows, my attention is immediately drawn to the night view of the city outside. I can feel myself finally calming down after an encounter with Katsu. A waiter introduces herself, takes our order, and swiftly leaves. Dad looks at me from across the table with a gentle smile. Finally, we have some time together. I'm sorry that I've been so busy, sweetie. It's okay, Dad. I know with this Kasaima deal, things must have been crazy. Especially considering how many properties he wants to sell you, so yeah. And besides that, things have been a little busy for me too with my studies. Yes, I can imagine it would be. And speaking of your studies, how are they coming along? Oh, well, there was I stopped myself when I realized what I'm about to say. I can't just mention magic to Dad, can I? He watches me with a curious expression. Well, there was a little incident. Yeah, I don't think I should just blurt something like that out. I mean, would he even believe me? I got a little lost in my first day is all. So that was a small adventure. I see. I mean, if I didn't know it was real, I would call whoever told me about magic insane or just delusional. I decided not to tell him about the magic stuff. It's not exactly a lie, but it still feels like I'm lying to my dad. And it isn't lost on me that so far he hasn't mentioned anything about my eyes. Probably thinks it's just a phase. Overall, it's going well. All my lectures are really interesting and I'm already learning a lot, even though it's just the start of the school year. Why hasn't he noticed my eye yet? Why hasn't he asked about anything about it? Thanks, well that's great to hear, sweetie. You're a smart girl and you've always enjoyed learning, so I figured you have no problems transitioning. So tell me, what did you think of Kasaima? The immediate question throws me off completely. I try to choose my next words very carefully. Well, he was a little bit strange. And even though he seemed laid back, he also seemed kind of intimidating. Although I can't quite put my finger on exactly why. Or on why exactly. Dad laughs at my answer. He was pursuing you pretty hard. Are you going to go on a date with him? While I can tell that he's at least half joking about this, it does make sense. It does make me think about Katsu. I shake my head. He didn't seem like my type. Kasaima may be eccentric, but he is good looking and very wealthy for his young age. So what is it that makes you uninterested in him? Well, if I had to name it then, besides his lackadaisical attitude, there was just something off-putting about him. He nods at my assessment of Katsu. Ichigo, While I never tell you to do anything you don't want to, it is customary to wine and dine your clients. It can help create a smoother path to achieving a successful business deal. In fact, it might be good for you to take an active role in this negotiation. It'd be a good experience for you. Do your own independent research on this deal. I'd be willing to hear what you find out about Kasaima and if and why you think this deal would be viable for our company. Consider some homework to prepare for the real thing. I realized that I might have been acting immaturely about the situation. Not even for a moment did I think to look at it from a point of view where I could help Shinamura Industries. I never thought about it like that at all. Even though I mumble it, Dad seems to have heard me perfectly. You don't have to push yourself, sweetie. He smiles gently at me. No, Dad, I'm going to do it. I'll take on this project in my spare time and see what I can do to help you and gain some experience. If I want to be a CEO, getting to see the inner workings of a deal this big would be an invaluable experience. Well then, I look forward to seeing what you uncover and the decisions you make. After that, the waiter brings out our orders and we fall into a comfortable silence. Even without words, it's nice to be able to enjoy a quiet family dinner with my dad. I miss this more than I realized. Oh, Dad, how's Kayu doing? He's doing well, and he suddenly trails off. His eye shifts away from me, staring instead out the window. Dad? He starts talking, although his eyes still refuse to turn back to me. There's something I need to tell you. About your mother. Whatever it was I was expecting, it wasn't this. Even the mention of her feels like a punch to the stomach. I start to feel like I might throw up. Desperately, I fight off the urge to make some excuse and just run off to the bathroom. Fortunately, Dad doesn't seem to notice my internal struggle as he goes on. Though there's a pain on his face, his next words come out empty and almost robotic. Your mother left. She said she had her reasons for it. And I'm sorry I can't tell you any more than that. I don't know what to say. I hide my hands that have begun to shake under the table. No, I can't think about her. About what happened here. Even with all this open space, I start to feel like the walls are beginning to close in around me. Mother, no, Shizuka. She damn stole my body and stupid stuff. I gripped onto the tablecloth hoping it might stop shaking, but it spreads uncontrollably. I find myself shivering all over. No. Don't think about it. Don't think about her. Dad looks to me for an answer and frowns. Michiko, are you alright? I think I'm just coming down with a fever. I forgot my umbrella the other day when it rained, so I think I just got sick from that. Wow. It's like K-drama magic. Go in the rain for 5 minutes. Sick. Can't relate. I don't want to relate to that. That would suck. His frown deepens. Dad stands up and holds out his hand for me. Come on, I'll take you home now. Dad takes my shaky hand in his and helps me steady myself as he leads me to the door. Chapter 3. Ice flows? But now with a W? Was it supposed to be like that? In my room now, I gratefully wrap myself in my bed covers. The whole ride back, I couldn't stop thinking about it. About her. I told Dad that I would be alright, that I'd drink some medicine and go to sleep. Thankfully, he believed my story, but I feel horrible for lying to him about it. No matter how deep I burrow under the covers, I still can't stop shaking. I keep seeing flashes of memories I have worked hard to ignore. Glowing green eyes, the moon hanging up in the high in the sky, sorry. A strange tiny bottle of something. And the pain, the excruciating pain along with the darkness that followed it. I try to shake those thoughts away and focus on something. Anything else. Eventually, the warmth of the bed and exhaustion of a long day gets to me, and my eyes start to feel heavy. And before I know it, I fall into a deep sleep. I walk down a dark, empty road. My footsteps are all too loud in the otherwise soundless night. I know I need to hurry or I'll be late. If I'm late, I notice a lone figure standing at the end of the road. I break out into a run. My legs start to feel heavier with each step, but I keep pushing forward. I get closer to her, so close that I can reach out and almost touch her. I call out to her. Mom! My fingers nearly brush against her shoulder, but my hand is slapped away by an unseen force. Mom? Turns around with a smile. I stand frozen at the sight of green eyes glowing in the darkness. I can feel a gentle breeze caress my skin. The pale moonlight dimly illuminates the night, In the eerie silence of the night, I sit on the frozen ground with my back resting against an ancient oak tree. Around me are nothing but endless fields of grass and purple hyacinth. Can't read that. The delicate flowers gently sway as if dancing in some invisible wind. I try to look around to see if there's maybe something behind the tree. My body is unresponsive, no matter how much I struggle in my mind to get it to move. No, please. The sound of footsteps coming closer fills the night. She comes into my view and stands before me. She looks down at me with unreadable eyes, and for a while, silence reigns. A cold chill seeps into my very bones. I have to move. I desperately try to will my body to move, to do something, anything. She kneels in front of me, finally facing me at eye level. It truly is a shame it has to be like this. No. She slowly reaches out to me, carefully tucking my hair in behind my ear. She gently touches my cheek so gently that it almost seems like she's afraid that it would break from a gentle touch. Her eyes finally meet mine, the shine with countless emotions, pain, grief, regret, and most of all, resolve. She smiles sadly and pulls her hand away from my cheek. As she does, her eyes turn cold again. She covers my eyes with her hand. Her hands feel so warm on my skin. So sorry, Michiko. I can't struggle or even move. No matter how much I try, nothing works. I desperately will myself to speak. Mom, please. My voice comes out strained, and just saying that much feels like a Herculean task. For the briefest of moments, I could swear that I feel her almost pull away. She didn't say anything, but I can hear a gentle sigh. Her hand starts to feel hotter and hotter against my skin. I can't see, I can't move. A searing hot pain pierces through my eyes, and suddenly it feels as if if they're on fire. I can't move. She moves her hand away. My eyes fly open, but even with the darkness gone, I can barely see anything. My vision is blurry with the countless tears that stream down my face. The pain only grows in intensity, and I feel the overwhelmingly urge to claw them out just to stop it. I look up at the blurry figure of Shizuka. Please, just stop it! I can see her tilt her head to the side, but I can't see her expression. Another stab of pain shoots through me. My lungs are burning. I can't breathe. Oh no, I woke up crying, my dude. I shoot up in my bed. My whole body feels like it's burning. Each breath makes me feel like my lungs are freezing over. It starts to get harder and harder to take even a single breath. My body shakes as I grip onto the bed sheets in some vain attempt to steady myself. No, it's fine. It's just a dream. Not real. Not real. I keep repeating this to myself over and over again to try and stop myself from shaking. I'm not sure how much time passes before it starts to work. The feeling of both burning and freezing finally goes away, and I breathe a sigh of relief. A sudden wave of tiredness washes over me, and I yawn. I push away any remaining thoughts of my nightmare away and settle back under the covers. As I fall back into sleep, my only thought is that I hope for no more dreams. The sunrise hits my eyes and I jolt awake. I look around my bedroom with a wildly beating heart. It's okay, I'm in my room. I'm alone, it's fine, everything is fine. I tightly hug my pillow to my body, a cold chill runs through me. It's just a dream, it's fine. I bury my face into the pillow. Shizuka, I shiver. Even thinking of her name immediately brings back the fear I felt that night into the forefront of my mind. I try to think of something else, anything at all to distract me and help me forget. I grab my phone to do just that and immediately notice there's a new email from Tatsuya. I quickly open it, curious as to what he might be emailing me about. No subject. Hi, since we didn't get a chance to discuss class yesterday, do you want to come over to my mom's cafe and study today? I'll go over the material I covered in class with you, as well as some beginner stuff whenever I can. Yukamura. This message is short and to the point, but just reading his words knowing that someone was thinking of me brings a smile to my face. I type sure to him without having to even think about it. Having replied, I quickly move out of bed and start getting ready to go out. My phone goes off before I can even reach the bathroom door. I check it again and find another email from Tatsuya. This time it's filled with incredibly detailed directions of where exactly it is I need to go and how to get there. Blue Sky Cafe in Chawa. Sounds nice enough. I scan through the instructions and something catches my eyes. Oh, looks like I have to get to the station first. I've been to that particular station many times before, but I never noticed anything strange there. Then again, all the supernaturals I've seen so far look entirely human. If you disregard the odd hair colors here and there, that is. With my travel plans all set up, I finally head into the shower to get ready. And this is where we're gonna stop for today's episode. My throat is killing me, and my butt hurts from sitting, so I need a little break. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.